What's up, y'all? What's up, Inuyasha? It's time. Let's get it started. Alright? We're here. Time for more of the Karosa region with Pocket Monster. I hope y'all ready for it. It's time for Pokemon XY Death Star and Navy. Can't wait for Evital lore out of nowhere, bruh. Nah, but Death Star's right though. That Evital lore. Yeah, we haven't been hinted about Evital at all. Like, it hasn't been talked about. I think it was briefly discussed with Lysander and Lumiose and a one-off conversation that we didn't pay attention to because it wasn't worth paying attention to. Like, I hate to say it. I mean, this is kind of an obvious. The lore and story behind the legendaries feels so, like, separated from the game itself. Like, the game is literally you, Shauna, Tyrino, Serena, Trevor, all going on a journey together and doing the gym leader shit and the Pokemon shit, as well as learning about Mega Evolution for Sycamore. And then, oh, by the way, yeah, like, even when you meet Team Flare, it always feels like it's never connected to whatever the hell you're doing. Whereas in, like, let's break it down. The first Pokemon game, when, all this stuff happened. In the first Pokemon game, when you ran into the evil team, they just happened to be, like, in an area. They were in Cerulean City while you were doing your journey, right? They caused a small crime, right? And then you fought them. And then after you fought them, that one time, you don't see Team Rocket again until about, what, Celadon City? Yeah, because of the casino. But at that point, you've heard a lot more about Team Rocket at this point. So it's like, okay, they're not strangers. I did fight them before. And then by the time you hear about Team Rocket, you hear about them again during Lavender Town. And you heard that they were literally like trying to steal ghost Pokemon. They got the Silph Scope and everything, right? Then by that time you go to Saffron City. Once you go to Saffron City, it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I got the Silph Scope. Now I'm headed to Silph Company, which is the exact same place, and Team Rocket held the bitch hostage. So every step of the way, you know there's something happening, you just can't put together what. And then when you get to Cinnabar Island, you can see that, like, Team Rocket technically tried to get in on that legendary Pokemon that was born from Mew. You don't know what Mew is, you don't know what Mewtwo is, but you do know Team Rocket's involved somehow. And then after all of that, you, like, learn that the last gym leader is literally the boss of the very people you've been fighting this whole goddamn time. Like, it all feels like it comes together right then and there. And then you can just complete the Pokemon League as normal, right? So, you get a sense that everything's coming together. And nothing feels weirdly out of place. Even for Ruby Sapphire, hell, Gold and Silver has remnants of Team Rocket, but they're still doing shit. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, Team Aqua and Team Magma do make an appearance, and as you move closer and closer, you can definitely see that their influences are taking place, especially in Sapphire, because the second half of the game mostly takes place in water. So it's like, okay, you see what happens if the world were to, like, be put under all this shit. Even for as bad as Team Galactic is, they do show up, and they do shit, and we see that Cyrus is displeased with what's going on. And, like, the lore of it all comes together, especially when Cynthia explains it. And Black and White, don't even get me started on that game. N is constantly approaching you with a different ideal to your truths or vice versa. And thus, Zekrom and Kyurem may not be a part of the story when it comes to you personally, but he's a representation of your truth versus his ideals. As you grow, he grows. Once you get a legendary, he gets a legendary. Then it becomes a fight between two legendaries. But the legendaries aren't important. It's the truth versus ideals part that actually has the lore behind it. So the Pokemon take a little bit of a backseat to be metaphorical representations of your ideals and ideologies against each other, their opposing forces. Here, you're on a journey, and oh, by the way, like, it's so fucking off. Like, I fought Team Flare twice up to this point, and I still don't know who the fuck they are. Like, not really. I know of them. I know Lysander's clearly a part of them, but it doesn't, none of it works. Anyway, I'm still mad they did nothing with the Aura Trio. We don't know how they tie into Kalos, where they live. At least Zygarde's implied lore. What are your thoughts on the Pokemon adventures? I didn't read the manga that far. The only important Xerneas and Yveltal has is the fact that they're cocoons that are used to fuel the ultimate weapon. It would have been great to hear some stories. Oh shit, the comments are moving too fast. Here's some stories, legends, just basic, god damn it, basic info about them besides Lysander's small bit in Pokedex entries. Scarlet and Violet had the best friend group. Inuyasha guy coming in with a streak party of 3. The same goes for Mega Evolution lore. Sycamore says it only happens in Kalos with Oras in every game series. After contradict this statement, we learned nothing about Mega Evos the whole damn journey. Which is sad because there's a whole character, Serena, or Callum if you pick Serena, who is devoted to literally learning this shit, and by the time you get to that point, they don't learn anything about it. So it's like, oh, I want to learn about Mega Evolution. Okay, what did you learn? Nothing. Not a gosh darn thing. Also, I think I'm supposed to be going to the Pokeball factory. I just got done beating Valerie. Yeah, I just got done beating Valerie, so that means I gotta go to the Pokeball factory. Oh wait, there's something I gotta do first. Y'all already know what we gotta do. We gotta go to the garden to TG3 Farms, baby. What was the story with Emma? Oh, Emma was an orphan, and she wound up working for this specific group, Xerosic, who gave her a tactical battle suit so that she can get the resources to get everything she needs. But unfortunately, the battle suit malfunctioned and wound up making her a lot more aggressive to the point where she ended up betraying her own Pokemon, which was Esper. And so you gotta battle her in order to bring her back to her senses. That's pretty much what happened. It's all here in this pamphlet. Alright, we got some E-pop-pop-pop-pop-pop-pop-pop-pop. Why don't any Kalos natives have megas outside of Diancie? The lore is undercooked so bad. I'm guessing that's what Pokemon Legends ZA is gonna fix, hopefully. And again, it's sad. If you're relying on one game to fix your entire fucking generation, then... Oh wait, I'm just describing the anti-Poke community. If you're relying on one game to fix your entire fucking, like, setup, then it's, that kind of says something about it. It's just like when people say Platinum fixed Gen 4, even though it didn't. No. Hell no. I reject that. I think Platinum was a band-aid. I don't think it fixed any damn thing. I think Platinum's the equivalent of putting duct tape on an already broken-ass thing. Yeah, Platinum to me is the equivalent of putting duct tape on your window after it got knocked off your car. That's essentially what it is, or a trash bag. Yeah, it fixed some things, but it didn't fix the things. Like, the plot still is dumb as shit. Yeah, I think Cyrus is the dumbest fucking... Regardless, outside of Lysander, I think Cyrus is the dumbest fucking main villain we've ever had in Pokemon. The world is full of strife. Okay, we're in the world of Pokemon. Where it at, though? Where it at? Where it at? I don't see one... I think that's also the biggest problem with Pokemon. Pokemon always tries to be, like, huge in lore, but it never backs up on it. It always says that there's bad things, but it can't prove it. Not really. Black and White was the only game that made you realistically think. And don't give me that argument, it's a kid's game, there's only so much they can do. That's bullshit. There's several games that are rated E for everyone that have gotten into some in-depth shit. Also, what is this? Oh, a Houndberry. Okay. Like, they'll be like, bro, Black and White literally made you question everything you were doing as a Pokemon trainer. Oh shit, is catching Pokemon wrong? Am I hypnotizing these Pokemon and taming them to forcefully make them a part of my team, or are they my friends? Oh shit, is forcing them to battle wrong? Is taking them from the wilderness wrong? Like, it made you really think about this shit. Hell, in Black and White 2, N releases every damn Pokemon that he caught, and you can catch it back. Really making you think, what are the lives of these Pokemon? But on the flip side, one of the people goes, yeah, this Pokemon belonged to N, but it didn't want to leave N. It liked N. It wanted to stay with N. It didn't want to live like this. It made you multi-layer think. It was like, oh shit, N technically is in the right for letting these Pokemon be back to their families, but some of these Pokemon lived lives that were so bad in the wild, they legitimately liked being with a trainer, someone to take care of them, someone to relate to. It means that context changes everything about the lore of which the Pokemon does or doesn't want to be with the trainer. And I like that. Does any other Pokemon game really fall in depth with this? Not really. They sugarcoat it. They always tackle the front bases of it, and then the moment shit gets too deep, they immediately head for the heels and stop digging into it. Pokemon Legend Arceus has colonization and uprooting natives by Diamond and Pearl. The Celestials and Diamond and Pearl tribes are gonzo like actual Ainu/Native Americans. So in that's a one instance, and even then they don't really take it on the level that it really should be. They don't take it to the level of seriousness that it should be. Not really. Cyrus tried to use his mechanical prowess, intelligence to improve Sunyshore, his home city in the Sinnoh region. He probably saw how people's emotions got them in trouble or caused trouble for others. I would have made Cyrus friends with Cynthia and Rowan, and then have him see a close friends lose everything due to emotions they couldn't help. Yeah, he's like the world full of strife, and I'm looking going, where that though? Where that though? Where it at though? And again, like that dissolves into a Pokemon problem. Pokemon very rarely shows this shit happening. Pokemon always does that thing where it's implied that bad things happen, but it's never gonna dig into it, not really. And again, the argument is supposed to be, oh, well, it's a kid's game, so we can't show. Then why bring it up? Why bring it up then, if that's the case? My only issue with Plasma is that the game makes them into a straw man. It's like, oh, well, it's a kid game, so we can't bring. Then why even bring it up? Why bring it up? Why even put it to the forefront? Do what Kirby does. Kirby very rarely relies on heavy dialogue. Everything for the most part is very cutesy with underlying layers of darkness. And then by the time you realize what the true lore is, it gets more and more complex as you, the player, digs. But that's something that the player explores for themselves. Here, Pokemon will give you 4 paragraphs that you have to keep clicking A through in order to learn about all this lore, only for it to not happen. Only for it to be, you know, some bullshit that they're not gonna double up on. And then you're thinking, ooh, is this gonna be good? And then it turns out they backpedal. Oh, what's this lore about? Unknown and the ruins of Alph and the mysteries that... no, you just get 2 more unknowns. 1 question mark, 1 exclamation point. You also, if you bring Arceus here, you get you get one of the legendary trio from Gen 4, but at level 1. Goodbye! Like, that's bullshit, yo. What? Y'all some all bullshit. Oh God. Why do I only have 2 Houndoom berries? Do the Houndoom trees only produce one berry per tree? That's kind of ghetto. The professor's getting off, and them saying so was so refreshing. Make the villains morally complex and interesting, not one note. The professor getting off and then remind me of the Mewtwo movie. The Mewtwo movie? What? Do you mean the first one? The Pokemon the first movie? I love for Gen 10 to have a unique rival/villain situations where your choices in the game dictate who becomes your main rival and who becomes a part of the evil team. That would be cool. But then again, that's setting a standard. I mean, like, do you want me to give you like a breakdown of the entire plot of the first movie? I mean, so long story short, this is gonna be I would say, long story mid to long. Anyway, Team Rocket invested with Mr. Fuji, that a science experiment was to happen because in South Africa, I'm sorry, some other area that's fictional that I'm sure Pokemon will make into a region later on, is that they found the eyelash of the fossil for the Pokemon Mew, right? So when they did that, they ended up taking the DNA of Mew and essentially turning it into a clone of Mew. However, Professor Fuji, Mr. Fuji and Giovanni wanted to enhance that fossil's DNA to power it up to make a super Pokemon. Essentially, they wanted to make a mutated version of the clone of Mew, and they were going to dub it Mewtwo, right? Well, they did this, and when they did this, Mewtwo was already in its embryonic state, which, while it was in its embryonic state, thanks to its psychic powers, it was able to see several different versions of the cloning mechanic being done. They had already tested the cloning on this one scientist whose daughter died. In his attempt in order to bring back the daughter, they tried to create a clone of her. And in order to test it out further, they had 3 test subjects, which was a starter Pokemon: Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, respectfully. They named them Char2, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur, right? So when they wound up doing that, Mewtwo, since he was psychic Pokemon, was able to see into the emotions and minds of those clones prior to their creation. Unfortunately, because the cloning experiment was unstable, Bulbasaur, Bulbasaur, Char2, and Squirtle quickly wound up dissipating. They died. Since they died, the girl who was being cloned wound up dying too because, again, the test experiment was unstable and couldn't run successfully. Mewtwo, however, was different because he was made by every Pokemon that sort of exists in combination with its psychic powers. Thanks to this, Mewtwo was able to bypass all of the testing and stay alive. Thus, he was able to be a fully made clone. After that, Mewtwo wound up having a severe case of amnesia because he was just born and didn't have an idea of what the fuck was going on. When Mewtwo learned that he was a Pokemon that was created by people in order to be used by people, he got a little angry about that and essentially wound up destroying the entire lab, killing everybody in it. Once that wound up taking place, Giovanni headed over to the lab after being contacted, and he ended up telling Mewtwo that he's a strong Pokemon and thus his powers need to be manifested. Team Rocket invested in a giant fucking suit in order to give Mewtwo the necessary tools in order to control his psychic powers, but it was mostly just a ruse so that Giovanni can use Mewtwo's power in order to help steal Pokemon for Team Rocket's cause and fight off against gym challengers to make Giovanni the toughest gym leader on the planet. When that ended up happening, Mewtwo wound up learning that he was being used by humans yet again, just in a different way. He got mad at this, he broke away from Giovanni's control, which is around the same time that Gary had wound up losing to Mewtwo during that very same day. So he broke out and then ended up trying to recreate the lab area that was once destroyed. Mewtwo made a vow that he'd be the strongest Pokemon trainer and the strongest Pokemon in the world and challenge all the strongest and make various clones like himself so that they can rule the entire world, because people and Pokemon are all disgusting. People are bad because they use Pokemon. Pokemon that are trained by people are bad because, well, they subjugate themselves to humans. So his goal, basically gather all the strongest trainers in the world, take their Pokemon, clone them and make them his own so they can have an army of clones just like him that'll create New World Order. So he ends up creating an entire Pokemon tournament and invites several strong different trainers based on all the data that he's gathered on these spy robots. One of those trainers is Ash Ketchum, after Ash completely one-shots a damn trainer by using a Pikachu to kill a goddamn golem. Not sure how that works. And he ended up inviting Ash as well as several other Pokemon trainers to a new island. But unfortunately, there was a storm that was created by Mewtwo that makes it impossible for most trainers to get to New Island unless they have really strong water Pokemon, or they're like Ash in the gang and sort of get by thanks to plot armor and luck. So by the time they do make it to New Island, they learn that Nurse Joy has been missing for a couple of days. When they make it there, they meet up with all the other trainers that fought through the storm, and they learn that the assistant of the all-powerful trainer wound up being the Nurse Joy that was kidnapped a long time ago. And we also learned that the most powerful trainer is Mewtwo, the very person that started this whole thing to begin with. Mewtwo pretty much states that the challenge is set for trainers in order to fight off against them, because Mewtwo states that all Pokemon and people are weak and pathetic and only clones should last. A Pokemon battle happens with the trainers and Mewtwo, but Mewtwo ends up creating other clones of the Pokemon that already passed. The Chartu, the Squirtu, and the Bulbatu that I mentioned earlier have now finally evolved and enhanced themselves, so now they're Charizard 2, Blasto 2, and Vena 2. Anyway, a three-way battle happens between these Pokemon, with the clones completely decimating the goddamn originals. Mewtwo wins the battle, and thus he claims his prize, which is him stealing every Pokemon that's in the entire area of that tournament. All the Pokemon get kidnapped, with Pikachu having a dramatic scene where he ends up getting kidnapped, but he's the main character, so it took a little longer. Ash winds up breaking the machine that takes Pikachu, and thus all the clones are made, but Pikachu's got sort of slurred because, you know, the machine was breaking at that point. When that ends up happening, all the clone Pokemon go off against the original Pokemon in a giant war. Around the time this is happening, Mew shows up. The original Mew, the thing that had the fossil to begin with. Mewtwo ends up getting angry at the fact that Mew's there, because Mew's the whole reason Mewtwo was created, so he sort of spites Mew's existence. So Mewtwo ends up battling off against Mew, and they have a originals versus clones. Mewtwo then goes and suppresses the power of all of his clones. That way they can fight on even terms to truly find out who's the more superior Pokemon. Unfortunately, what winds up happening is because the originals and the clones are fighting, they're fighting basically to the death at this point, which causes an upset between everybody, and Ash wants them all to stop. When Mewtwo and Mew are about to attack each other with the final blow, Ash ends up jumping in the middle of it and getting turned into stone. His death causes all Pokemon, clones and people alike, to start crying, and thus their tears wind up bringing up Ash back to life, because this was hinted at the beginning when the woman who told them not to go to New Island basically said the tears of the Pokemon can bring back life if all the tears come together, because Pokemon have magic powers, and thus those tears have magic powers as well. Ash Ketchum ends up coming back, and thus that week awakens Mewtwo's eyes and learns that it's not the fact that you're a clone, it's the matter of how you were born and what you choose to do with life that determines who you are. Learning this lesson, Mewtwo decides to restore all the damage that he did, take all of his clones back, and leave. He also wipes the memory of everybody that was there, and thus when he ends up doing this, the Pokemon go back and they have forgotten exactly what's happened, but they know that something peaceful has taken place. That's it. That's the Pokemon movie. All of it. That's the entire Pokemon first movie in a nutshell. Whew! Jesus Christ. This thing's pretty strong. I'm gonna fly. Oh shit, and no Sucker Punch! Oh god, that's bad. Oh, I hated that. .8 out of 10 synopsis. What stopped it from being a 10? Well, I probably skipped some shit. fuck. Yeah, no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm switching straight to Zachary. I'm not dealing with that sucker punch. Serena's about to dialogue in the entire series. Woo! Good thing I'm a bug type Pokemon. Yeah. Take that. Take that. Take this. Take this. Take this. Take this. Alright, there we go. Oh, he only had one Pokemon. Kind of upsetting, I'm not gonna lie. You remember the Mastermind of Mirage Pokemon special? I do, but I'm never recapping that. Because I don't want to. Because I don't want to. That's obvious. That special belongs in the garbage. I do, but I don't want to talk about it. It's Mariana. What up, Mariana? I think, what's Greninja's moveset here? What? He still knows fucking Smoke Screen. Huh. I need a move to replace it. Woo! Nice. Wow! Good. Oh shit, that's Gold Battle. I'm gonna do this. Kagemon! Yay! Alright, let's do it. I should have probably used Smackdown, but whatever. Too late to think about it now. But wait, don't I have a Prism Berry? Ah, yeah, courtesy of TG3 Farms. Courtesy of TG3 Farms. Yeah, I'm not confused. What? No. Put the smack down on this G. I love how Movie 2000 put Ash in the savior's seat. He always talked a big game, and world-ending events gave him the chance to put his money where his mouth is. Oh God. I gotta recap all of that. Yeah, take that. I just realized Greninja is not holding an item. Take this. Take this. Take this. Take this. No, let's use our berries. Well, that's what we got them for. I got your recap in one word, Lugia. Now, that's a lot more than Lugia. A lot of people always confuse why Lugia isn't a water-type Pokemon. I'm like, guys, it's obvious. I thought that was dangerously obvious why Lugia is not a water-type. Lugia is the beast of the sea. That doesn't mean he controls the sea. The reason he's a Psychic-type Pokemon is because Psychic, usually when it comes to Pokemon, Psychic either deals with actual psychokinesis or magic, right? Well, it's very odd, or force. Well, Lugia is a Psychic type because Psychic involves force. Well, what's the one force that pulls the ocean tides? The moon. The moon affects the tides. Silver moon. Ho-Oh is the golden sun. Lugia is the silver moon. The moon affects the tides, which causes whirlpools. That's why Lugia is in World Island. I thought everybody knew that. That's why he's a Psychic type. He's flying because he is in the sky, much like Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh and Lugia are both in the sky. The sun and moon are in the sky. Golden sun, silver moon. The moon controls the tides of the water. The sun illuminates and causes the light. Sun, moon. I thought everybody knew that. But there's a surprisingly large amount of people that are like, why isn't Lugia a water type? I'm like, no, Kyogre controls the water itself. Lugia just controls where it goes. He's the beast of the sea, not the creator of the ocean. Lugia is a psychic because the other birds have an element. Lugia's psychic powers control the storms and waves. It also was made to be the strongest of the minds of its era, and psychic was the strongest back then. But fun fact, it wasn't made to be in gold and silver originally. Oh, sweet. I mean, that means I kind of wasted my berries, but whatever. I mean, at least I know you're there now, so I don't have to waste any more items. Boom. Boom. If I go down here... Oh, yeah, I guess it activates the switch. I don't want to do that right now, though. That doesn't really help me, does it? Let me fight this person. It was anime only, but Nintendo said, oh, that's ours. Let's get it. Oh, I'm gonna have to switch to Vivillon here. Yep. Although I can't use smoke screen. Fuck it up. Oh, sweet. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Even Lugia's Ecruteak lore feels off, like they favored Ho-Oh and Lugia as an afterthought. No, Lugia, like, the whirlpools in Japan, in that area of Japan, those actually exist. Like, that's real. I don't think Lugia was an afterthought. I think Lugia literally was just in a different half of the world. Now, granted, they did a terrible job of putting that in. Oh, that was Body Slam. I was afraid that was the other. I was afraid that was Smackdown, I think. Take this. Take this. Take this. Oh, that did not do a lot of damage at all, actually. That's that. Oh, shit. Okay, cool. Good thing the smoke screen came in clutch. I'm gonna need Vivillon to learn a better move. I wonder why players even here. They already have Yveltal. What are the Pokeballs for? That's a good question, Death Star. A question the game's not gonna answer. Damn, this thing's still alive? Swalot's a tough motherfucker. Why won't you die? Sweet. Death. Alright, we gotta flip that switch. Flip it! Oh. There we go. It's so random. It's so random tandem. Fuck, there's another team player member. Don't worry, be happy. What the fuck? What? I gotta start paying attention to what these team player members say. They're so weird. Also, I hate to say this, sometimes I can't remember which ones are male team player members and which ones are female. But most mons will be dead. Perhaps if they fire the ultimate weapon, they want to control the Pokeball factory, to control the production, to have balls to catch immortal Pokemon, or to catch Pokemon with potential for Mega Evolution. I guess? I mean, the story doesn't tell us that, though. I think that's the one issue with that. I mean, it's better headcanon than what's actually being told, which says something. And you know what? Like, I hate to be doing this, like... I hate to be doing this complaining. Have you ever played any of the Pokemon Ranger games? No. I hate to be doing these, like, picking apart of the Pokemon games. Because, like, I still like Pokemon. I want that to be very clear. Like, I very much still like Pokemon. I think that, like, especially considering the fact that Pokemon has one unique factor behind all of it. You get to keep these guys. Like, that's the enjoyable part about it, is that you go into the wild, you find essentially an animal, you capture it, and it becomes a part of your team, your family. It's your friend, it's your companion, your compadre. But the problem is, after that idea passes, even through the transferring of Pokemon, the stats, the IVs, the EVs, and the history that you've had with them since Gen 3, I say Gen 3 because you can't transfer Gen 1 and 2 Pokemon. After all of that said and done, Pokemon falls flat on so much shit, and every time they go one step further, we all get amazed like it's this new step, when in reality, RPG games have been doing this shit for years, except that one mechanic, the capture. So it's like, Pokemon's got one thing that's really good going for it, but unfortunately, after that thing has passed, it basically does the bare minimum on everything else, and we only applaud it when it takes one step forward, but it's still 2 to 3 steps back. That's the problem. So it takes very little to, like, impress the community, but then the community, that very same community that gets impressed, complains about something very quickly because Pokemon's essentially running at half efficiency. It's always been doing that. The shit that Pokemon could accomplish versus the shit that it is are almost two completely different factors. The potential Pokemon has is great, because who doesn't want to have like a great story with their Greninja they've had since XY, or who doesn't want to have a great story between a Pokemon they caught way back in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald and trained up to this day. It's a great idea, but the game doesn't do shit with it. Not really. So you love Pokemon, but unfortunately, you're at a... I could take away Quick Attack. You love Pokemon, but at the same sense, you're in a very awkward position with Pokemon, because that very love that you have for Pokemon can be tarnished by something as simple as the fact that Pokemon's only doing the bare minimum. And it's very limited on what it is doing. Which is sad. It's like, for example, how come the choices that you make when any of the NPCs ask you a question don't affect the game at all? Bro, somebody can literally come up and ask you a legitimate question, yet for some reason, the moment you answer that question, it doesn't matter. If I say yes or no to this question, it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean a goddamn thing. There's never a point where I feel for this. And you're probably thinking, what the fuck? So what do you expect Pokemon to do? I mean, the same shit other RPGs do. I praise Chrono Trigger as a really great RPG. You wanna know why? Because Chrono Trigger does this thing at the very beginning of the game that makes you really start thinking about your actions. One time, Chrono Trigger did this thing where I saw a piece of meat. I saw this piece of meat while I was playing the game. Oh shit, Greninja. Fuck, yeah, okay, I'm getting Greninja out of here. I saw this piece of meat in Chrono Trigger. And when I saw this piece of meat, oh wow. When I saw this piece of meat in Chrono Trigger, I just took it. Why? Because common video game knowledge tells me that usually if there is a piece of meat just sitting on the area, you can pick it up because it's essentially a health item that you can use later. Well, unfortunately, there's a court trial that happens later in Chrono Trigger. And the court trial is based on you because of a crime that you're accused of doing. Well, when all the witnesses say what you've been doing that day, one of the witnesses brings up the fact that you stole some lunch from an area. So that essentially means, ah shit, he has lightning rod. That essentially means that that very action you took in order to, oh, they are fucking Serena up. That action that you took in order to get that meat that you thought was harmless wound up affecting you in the long run. Your very action caused the problem, essentially. Pokemon doesn't do shit like that at all. There's never a point where I feel like I made the bad choice in Pokemon. There's never a point where my character feels like they're doing something out of the ordinary or messed up or, oh, I made the right choice, or there's something that I have to think about critically. No, not really, except for Black and White. I guess I can use Flamethrower. Like, imagine a scene in Pokemon Yellow where you can catch or defeat Mewtwo in the animated scene and slip off a cliff of the cave, and Pikachu saves you by extending its tail to catch you. The journey starts with you feeling impersonal for a while. Okay, Serena. Serena's doing more work than I'm doing. But that's because the way this is set up, my team's not really meant to win this fight. Nice. And I think the worst part about it all is that Pokemon has made steps that have come close to this. It's like when I beg the question why people always say that Platinum is better than Diamond and Pearl, when in Diamond and Pearl, now I will say Platinum fixes a lot of stuff of Diamond and Pearl, but like there's still some stuff that weirdly Diamond and Pearl does better. Like for example, the way you get your starter Pokemon. The way you get your starter Pokemon in Diamond and Pearl, like Professor Birch accidentally leaves his briefcase on the ground because he got sidetracked. He's old, he's forgetful, it makes sense. When you go to pick it up, wild Pokemon attack you because you're in the grass. I didn't know what the other choice was. Ah, it was the thing I was getting anyway. So, when you go to pick up Professor Birch's briefcase, you gotta quickly defend yourself with one of the Pokemon that's in the briefcase. That Pokemon winds up becoming your companion later. It's how you pick your Pokemon. You're in the spur of the moment, and thus your action leads to your ultimately your choice. It's a role play. It makes sense. But in Platinum, you wanna know how you get your starter Pokemon? Rowan, I'm sorry. Rowan just gives it to you. Fuck it. He just gives you the Pokemon. Doesn't mean shit. No emotional attachment. No spur of the moment, life-saving moment that brought you all together. It's literally just, you were in the area. Here, take it. I feel like having your parent be the evil team leader is a little too fanficky, but it definitely would be different for Pokemon standards. I love how Tierno and Trevor didn't do jack shit. Let's go. Oh my god, what? Hey Malva. We're bringing you this special news bulletin. The Pokeball factory in the area around Laver City has been attacked and identifies those involved are unknown. Blah blah blah. However, the unexpected sales of... Okay. Oh, that's another thing! Motherfucker! So, the Pokeball factory was being taken over by Team Flare. How cool would it have been if the moment that I got to that point of the story, like after I beat Valerie, I tried to buy Pokeballs, right? And everybody's talking about how you can't buy Pokeballs. So I go there, right? And I'm like trying to buy Pokeballs myself. And you notice that Pokeballs aren't even on the menu of items you can buy anymore at the Pokemon Center. And then everybody else is talking about how you can't buy Pokeballs. But the minute you beat Team Flare at the Pokeball factory, the Pokeballs are on sale again at the Pokeball factory. How cool would that have been? But this is Pokemon we're talking about, so unfortunately that's not gonna be the case. And the weird part is that in Pokemon Yellow, they did something like that. Where in the when you go to Viridian City in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, once you go to Viridian City, Pokeballs aren't available for sale until after you've delivered the parcel to Professor Oak. So they can change it whenever they want to affect the story. They did that so that you can get used to using your Pokemon first before going out and capturing other Pokemon. That's why the tutorial is how to catch Pokemon after you pass Viridian City. It's all triggered after one another. Do I have to be here? Table. There's nothing here. Oh wait, there's people here. Oh, okay. So, those only exist in order to help increase the Pokedex numbers. Wait a minute. What does this lead to? What the? They're both ways out of here. What the shit? Then what was the point of that? Alright, where am I going now? Wait. I know I need to train to level grind my Pokemon up a bit. Okay, we gotta go south of here. And I guess that's where we're going. I think we've discovered everything in Laver City that there is. So yeah, we can hit this way now. Oh wait, let's get some Pokeballs. Oh, I have tons. Oh well, whatever. Can't hurt to have more. Oh yeah, I'm stocked. I don't need any potions. Yeah, I'm sort of stocked up. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, all right, cool. Let's go then. Wait, what about this guy? Sure. I'm not sure why I gave that guy a huge tip. I don't think he realistically deserved it, but whatever. Looks like everybody's set. All right, let's go. Let's go. Switch. I need my Pokemon to learn some dark type moves. Otherwise, them being dark type doesn't really help anything. Oh shit, we got Home Claw, we got Thief. Thief seems like a good move. Smash. This move never misses. Work up, body slam. That's a pretty solid move. We'll get rid of Vital Throw. We don't need it. There's Home Claws. Cut, Protect, Rock Smash, Rest, Sleep Talk. So Lysander's whole plan was to take himself and his chosen people, Fire, the ultimate weapon, to become young and beautiful forever. Make the offer to Sycamore and Diantha because they're his friends and the region's champ and top actress, and then spread their ideology. The other regions wouldn't take that line down. That is correct. But the game didn't want to elaborate on that, so who cares? Embargo. Nah, I'm good. Nothing else really works here. Alright, cool. I guess that's what we're doing. I technically could have taught Greninja Thief, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Alright, let's keep going. New route. That means new Pokemon, baby. Okay, whatever. Oh yeah, I remember there's trainers inside these things. We're gonna fight outright. Well, it's raining, so Ness is not the ideal Pokemon here. I think Greninja will do well. Here's my thing. Team Lysander is smart, and Team Flare are idiot histers that operating on Zoomer logic. Does he pick anyone? The funny thing is, I could possibly write a better Pokemon game plot while drunk. Wow. Oh shit, Chimecho. Well, Surf's gonna do more damage because it's raining, so let's go for that. That'll take care of Chimecho. Nice. Nice. Wait. First Pokemon in the route. Let's go. What do we get here? Ah, Liepard, son of a bitch. Son of a crusty ass bitch. Ah. Oh, actually, no, this is actually good. Reason being, we're about to go to a psychic gym anyway. This actually works out in our favor. Okay, never mind, I lied. This is actually advantageous for us. Yeah, this is advantageous for us. I'm doing all of this so I can weaken it. Alright, now it looks like it's ripe for the capture. Yeah, this might actually work out in our favor. Oh shit, we have a luxury ball. I would catch a Liepard in a luxury ball. It's a cat. Why not? I always feel like a lot of cats belong in luxury balls. That makes sense to me. Like they're pampered. What's new, but cat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What do I name this thing? Lady Luck. Yeah, I haven't named her a Pokemon yet, right? Lady Luck herself. Shout out to her. Do I have her thing? I thought I did. I might. No, I don't. I gotta make her a stream thing. When she starts streaming again, I'll put her on. But if you haven't already, make sure to follow Lady Luck herself. She is she's a Princess Peach main. I don't know if she's still mains Princess Peach, but she's a Smash player with some unnaturally good skills. So we're gonna name her after the cat. But that means we gotta go back and get her. Oh shit, there was another thing of grass down here. Yeah, we gotta go back and get her. And then we gotta swap Pokemon out for her too. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know which Pokemon to switch out for her. All of these Pokemon are kind of pre-built to to fight against. Shit. We could realistically take out Silly Drift. I don't want to, though. And Nessa might wind up being the one. No, no. Damn it. We can take out Raichu for a little bit. At least until we get to Anastar. We'll see what happens afterwards. We'll see how it goes. Well, realistically, Raichu has the highest level, so I don't feel bad about. Take on, for example, oh god, this is a lot. Take on, for example, I'd work Wally's motivation to beat his asthma and grow stronger, to have him learn about Rayquaza and climb Sky Pillar, and when we battle him, right, to challenge Rayquaza as we gauge his progress. The rival will get more battles and eventually take over for Birch as professor, and I'd have Captain Stern secretly behind Team Aqua leader who's been manipulating since its start. Kind of fanficky, but I get it. Oh, I gotta seal this nugget, by the way. Perfect. Oh no, I can't buy that. Why not? Why not, huh? Why? I don't have any more Senzu Bean Static Fox. I'm sorry. I did not buy those for a while, because when I'm working at the mall, I can go out and do whatever the fuck I want if somebody else is working with me. And there's a candy store down there, and I can go there. But if I'm the only one working there, I can't leave the store because I'm the only one there. I'll drink this Dr. Pepper instead. Long story short, if there's nobody else at the store, I can't go. Also, what's up, Static? Babysitting the puppies and playing Trials of Azure. I'm good. What is this thing's stats? We didn't even look it up. Let's see. It's got a nature that doesn't affect anything. Attack at 79, special attack at 70. Okay. This thing's defense is garbage. Assurance. Assurance doesn't really work in a single battle, especially if Liper's this fast. So the main thing we're going for is to make this thing twice as strong. Alright, I need my Pokemon to get stronger. Yeah, we're gonna train in this grass for a bit, actually. Yeah, we need to get them gangs, baby. Oh, thank God I didn't find Joe ass. I hate Among Us. No, I hate that thing with a passion. Yeah, no, that thing can go to hell. Oh, shit. You can get poisoned? I mean, I guess. Alright, hit it with Bug Buzz. And finish it with False Swipe! Damn. Ow, my feelings. I don't want to waste too much. I should have just used Psybeam from the fucking beginning. Realistically. I wish Vivillon would learn Psychic, though. Seems like a much better move. I have tons of Pecha Berries, courtesy of TG3 Farms. Boom. Pop in some Orange Berries, too. Give a fuck. We got a whole monopoly of those. What's this? It's a trainer. Surprise! It's that Quagsire. I don't have any grass Pokemon, do I? Shit. Well, this is a problem. Well, this just became a problem. Okay, well. Good trainer teaches their Pokemon powerful moves. Amazing trainers throw in status moves and strategies to best maximize the party's effectiveness. Oh shit, I'm gonna go to sleep. I need you to be paralyzed for a second. You know, fuck you. I think I have some berries that'll wake me up. Oh, fuck. If not, then I'll just use one of my restoratives. Yeah, I have awakenings. I'm good. Wake up! I'm about to put a little makeup. I just got to fade it with the shake-up. Why did you lay the kids above the dead? You ain't gonna grind that up, pup! I just get more chaotic with it as time passes. What? Oh shit! Did he just withdraw a Pokemon? That's actually crazy. Oh snap! It's Beartic. It's the bear. It's the big scary bear. I have a bigger scary bear to fight your big scary bear. And my big scary bear is stronger than your big scary is stronger than your own big scary bear. Your big scary bear uses own swagger. I give it prison berry, so thank you for attack boost. But then I make my big scary bear use rock smash to lower your defense. That way your big scary bear gets a big scary scare. And you can barely do anything about it. Just curious, Aaron, would you improve the narrative of XY games? How would you? I'm gonna be honest with you, put on the spot like that with no like level of research or time, I don't fucking know. What? I used the Prison Berry. Okay, whatever. What do you think of anime Gear 5 Luffy, more unhinged and bloodthirsty? There's gonna be a slightly different direction than the form than Oda. I don't know, I guess it works. Oh shit, I used a Pecha Berry on accident. That's why. That was the Prison Berry. It's the big scary bear. Take that. That did damage. Alright, I'm using Thief. Steal that mother... There, he's dead. He's dead. He can't hurt anyone ever again. Nice. Hell yeah. We love it. I hope that none of Olympia's Pokemon know Dazzling Gleam or Disarming Voice, because if they do, I'm dead. Yeah, this thing's dead. He's fucking done. This is the only game that doesn't do that. All you need to do is connect the mascot to the actual story. If I had to pick, I'd say do what X and Y's anime did. X and Y's anime did a good job of connecting the two. Well, they didn't put Xerneas and Yveltal in it, But I'm saying like they did a good job of oh look, a useless item. Well, in a Nuzlock, this is useful, useless. In fact, I need to put down that this is a Nuzlock. There we go. That way the people know this is a Nuzlock. Oh fuck, it's another trainer. I'm still gonna fight in the grass too. I need to do as much level grinding as possible. But it's hard to level grind on a stream, because in a stream I gotta keep y'all entertained. So I can't afford to like fight rando ass Pokemon. Otherwise viewership will be like, what the fuck? They'll be like, what the fuck? What the... Hold up, I already got it. What the hell? Fake out! Oh god, I'm switching out. I'm gonna switch out to the Bangoro. Alright. Now, I want to tackle that, make the mascot connected to the actual story thing. Because there's a good and a bad to that. Like... There's a good and a bad to that. Because you could arguably be like, okay, make it. But remember, in Pokemon like Gold, Silver, technically, like, I'm talking Gold, Silver, not Heart Gold, Soul Silver, because they forced the legendaries into the narrative there. And Gold and Silver, just regular Gold and Silver, the Pokemon weren't supposed to straight up just be like, oh, this is the center front of the game. They were metaphorical representations that the player explores and happens to find. It's like playing, because remember, we didn't have the luxury. Oh shit, I gotta get you. What? No, I gotta get you out of here. This thing's smart flying. You gotta remember, like, in that structure, the Pokemon didn't have like the internet and these advanced cutscenes and all of that. It was mostly just you put the game in your Game Boy and you start playing, and whatever you discover on the way is what you discover on the way, right? So Lugia and Ho-Oh, as well as the other legendary Pokemon, Raikou, Suicune, and Entei, they weren't these things that were a part of the story. They were things you just happened to find. They were legends. Things you hear about on the playground, talk about. Oh, my friend was walking in the grass and one day the music changed a little bit and I saw like this like dog-like Pokemon that uses fire attacks. What's that? I don't know. They said it's Entei or something. Oh, you got Entei in your game? How did you get Entei? I've been walking in the grass and I never found it. I think you gotta like go into a certain area or you gotta do this. And like the legendary Pokemon were supposed to be like, there were supposed to be things you uncovered. There were supposed to be things that like you happened upon across the journey, which was the level of discovery, which makes sense. It's an RPG game. In an RPG game, you discover things, which is why the legendaries were something you discovered. Your exploration got rewarded with you discovering the legendary Pokemon. And thus, in a sense, they don't need to be connected to the story. They just more or less need to be like, they need to be utilized in a way to where either A, there's some lore that helps increase that narrative, or B, make them actual legends, representations. Like Zekrom and Kyurem. Look at Black and White. Zekrom and Kyurem are not mentioned at all. They're not mentioned at all. They're never talked about at all in the entirety of the game. It's not until you finally use that fossil and the black or white orb that you unlock them, and they become a metaphorical representation of truth or ideals. That in which you end up fighting Nier. Once you fight Nier, I mean not Nier, sorry, that's Death Note. Once you end up fighting in, that's when the metaphorical Pokemon take place. But Zekrom and Reshiram are never mentioned. They're never talked about. They're never brought up. Does that mean their lore isn't connected? Not necessarily. They're just metaphorical representations of those ideas and truths. Which means they work well in that sense. The Pokemon itself doesn't have to actually be in the story, but it can be a nice representation of things to come. But unfortunately, Pokemon only did that once. Twice if you count that gold and silver example I just gave. And even then, Ho-Oh didn't have this huge cutscene or anything in Gold, Silver, Crystal. Ho-Oh was just a Pokemon that, like, if you go to the 10 Towers, they say you can't enter this area unless you have Rainbow Wing. Once you finally get the Rainbow Wing, you're allowed to finally go to that area. Once you go in there, then you can capture the legendary Pokemon Ho-Oh. You're uncovering more of the game as you progress through the game because you genuinely are interested about the events in the game. Your curiosity leads you to this conclusion, and thus you explore the Pokemon. That's the whole point. Nowadays, legendaries are hoisted up and placed inside of these cutscenes only to be like used as a narrative plot device for that one thing and then never really used again. With the exception of Scarlet and Violet, where Scarlet and Violet, you're with the legendary the whole time, but that legendary loses most of its credibility because A, you can't even use that thing in a Pokemon battle, and B, you can't even like do much with it outside of, oh, it's a plot device to eat sandwiches to get stronger and it belonged to a character earlier. But you never get rewarded for that. I already have Slash. But I already have Thief, which is a stab. And then the Hone Claws will make it stronger. Do I need... I don't think Taunt would help me in this situation, no. I wanted to learn Night Slash. Ho-Oh is practically revered in Johto. A handful of people know Ho-Oh and its importance. More do you seen in the sages, they know the truth behind the myth. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, unfortunately, what they decide to do is fucking make it a whole little lore thing that you have to sit through a cutscene that you can't leave out of. And that's because the game's caught up in this whole we gotta be just like Gen 4 and have the legendary cutscenes. Like, bro, I don't want those though. I feel like the way the games integrate the theme and the concepts into the games really helps. Like, for all the issues with Sword and Shield, it reimagined the MC and Hop as two heroes in real time. Yeah, unfortunately, their problem is they have, Sword and Shield, especially with Hop, they have what's known as rival syndrome. That's where the rival is gonna lose every match you all have anyway. So Hop goes, I'm getting real tired of losing. Well, yeah, that's because the game forces that upon him. And we never really get to see him get better because in every fight we do with him, he loses. Who gives a shit? We never really get to see any real progression with him because as far as we're concerned, he's just this dude that keeps losing to us. Well, you're probably thinking, how is that different from Red, Blue, and Yellow at the very beginning with Blue? With Blue, they did hints at him being better than you without actually having to have him battle you. For example, he's always ahead of you. Who gets to pick the first Pokemon? Him or you? Him. Who gets to be in a certain area before you try to go to the Pokemon League? You or him? Him, twice. Whose name is on every goddamn defeated the gym leaders list when you leave the Pokemon gyms? You or him? Him. His name's always before yours. Who's in every route before you coming down to you? Him. He did it. Who's in an area you're gonna be at? Him. He did it. He's before you. Each time. He's never falling behind you. He's always ahead. I wish we got the Bisharp. That would have been great. The Pawniard. My bad. The Pawniard would have been a great Pokemon. Oh well. Too late now. The way the Johto Anti-Poke opening and the game commercials were listed, I thought that Ho-Oh and Lugia were going to fight, and we need to break it up like Groudon and Kyogre would do later on. Who claims that they caught way more Pokemon than you? Blue, he does, even though it's physically impossible for him to catch more Pokemon than you at those points of the game. But they needed a number that they knew you couldn't reach. So metaphorically, Blue is always ahead of you. Hell, in Yellow version, he takes precautionary steps to make sure that he's ahead of you. If you beat him in all of your starting rival fights, he'll literally turn his Pokemon into Jolteon, which is the harder Pokemon to deal with. But if you lose to him twice, he just gets Vaporeon because he assumes you a punk that can't beat him. Like, the game takes super precautionary steps to make sure that you get the feeling that this rival fucking hates you. Or not hates you, but he wants to, like, one-up you every time. Whereas every other rival after that, with the exception of Silver, are pretty much a bunch of bitches that'll do whatever the fuck the story needs them to do for you. Oh, it's not raining anymore. Cool. Nice. Bicycle Ropey. I said Drapion would have been really good in this. They're giving me very weak Pokemon to train off of. Like, God, these Pokemon suck. Y'all suck! Good thing I wasn't poisoned already. We need base rivals back. Nemona was close, but no cigar. Nemona's problem is that Nemona's a rival, but oh shit! But the NPC fully took advantage of the fact that that you essentially beat her every time. There's never a point where you feel like she's ever on your level. So she just comes off as this annoying, like, idiot. She just comes off as this annoying, cocky idiot that wants to fight you all the time. It's like, girl, I can kick your ass in every fight we have. There's no point in which I feel like you're ever on my level. Ever. So, for example, in Red, Blue, and Yellow, when Blue picks the starter Pokemon, he always picks the Pokemon that is good against yours. He even states it. This Pokemon looks like it can beat yours. His ass is so arrogant, and he's right, technically, because statistically, the Pokemon he picks is better than yours in the sense that your Pokemon is weak against it. It's a challenge. The very choice itself opposes you. Because it's like, you choose fire, fuck you, I choose water. You choose water, fuck you, I choose grass. You choose grass, fuck you, I choose fire. Every step that Blue takes is a step to pretty much see, you know what, F you and your choices. I'm doing whatever you're doing, but better. Oh my god! She's never using a full team to the end. She's just playing Senpai. That's not a good, to be fair, argument. If she was playing that, then she'd be somebody that's well revered. Make some scripted fights where she can win. But no, she's always weaker than your ass. So she doesn't come off as a senpai. She comes off as a cocky idiot that doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. But everybody's gonna praise her because she's the champion. That's bullshit. Her ass is a chump. Bye. Bye, Vileplume. Alright, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Fuck yeah, the training. It's paying off. Like, I meant she's never using an actual champion team. I hate that, too. I hate that they did that dialogue. Hate that. It's their excuse of not, like... They did that so essentially take away the responsibilities of making her strong. That way they can hoist up. She's not using her real team. She's using a team that she just picked up in order to keep up with you. That's bullshit. That means you made some imaginary setup for Nemona that we, the player, never get to experience or see All for the sake of, take our word for it, she's strong. Please believe us, because we don't have the wherewithal to actually make that possible. We're not gonna prove it, we're just gonna imply it. Well, can you show me? No. Well, then how am I supposed to know? Just take our word for it and shut up. Alright, let's go. She nerfs herself to be fair. She should have waited for us to finish the league track and then face us at full power. Again, don't like that. That's that shit Dragon Ball does sometimes too. And I like Dragon Ball, but I hate when they do it too. Where it's like, the character will just go, I'm not fighting at full power yet. It's not, it's a throwaway line they use to raise the stakes, to make you like, estimate more. Like, oh shit. What are they doing? Are they stronger? We'll never fucking know. They just put that line in there so you can believe that. But it's an easy way to pretty much write that it's basically what Beerus is. Yeah, Beerus does that shit on a... This is why I fucking hate Dragon Ball Super for that shit. Yes indeed. Goku's Super Saiyan God form made him strong. But Beerus was only fighting him at like half his power, or 30%. What? What? Okay, how strong is Beerus actually then? He's really strong. Okay, how strong? Then Goku achieves a new form and it's like, okay, is he stronger than Beerus now? No. If Beerus were using his full power, then he would definitely be able in order to fight off again. Like, come on, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you! It's just a throwaway line they use in order to make expectations without actually making expectations. The plot hole is that Calyrex is one of that actually did all the stuff associated with the wolves. It's worse because Sonya is supposed to be the researching the region's lore, yet she's too busy looking after the swords of justice. She excuses this by saying she had some reserve Pokemon and wanted to raise up some new ones. That's Gary mentality. No, 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 no it's not. No it's not. Because at least with Gary, you see that he does keep some consistency with his team with only a minor switch, which is the Raticate. And he says he has Pokemon, but he obviously was able to deduce which ones are the strongest. With Nemona, she says that she has this magical team that's just strong as hell. Do we ever get to see it? No, we don't even get to see it in post-game. She uses the same damn team that she used when you fought her ass. No changes. At least Black White 2 had the decency to do that. Sharon winds up with his gym leader team. But he also has his original team from Black White 1 if you fight him via the post game with the memory link. Beerus is as strong as the writers need him to be. I fully believe Goku surpassed Beerus in terms of power once he mastered Ultra Instinct. Whis is another story. And even with Whis, it's still bad. You wanna know why they did that? They did that because they didn't want to write any more, like, they wanted to keep, like, power scales in check. So they just say, oh, Whis is the strongest. How strong? We're going to be vague about it because we know that if we gave Whis a targeted power, then the fans will just speculate when the next stronger being is above that. It's a way to ambiguously keep Whis ahead without actually making Whis do anything. Have Whis do as little as possible. That way we don't really have to set the standard for fighting. Oh, well yeah, Whis is stronger. And above that is the Grand Priest. It's just lazy. Sada/Toro were cooking though, Arvin too. I still think they shortchanged us on that. They gave us a good final battle, but after that they had the gall to give us more lore and then went, nah, fuck it. Like, you guys saw me play Scarlet and Violet's like Indigo Disc and what I did afterwards. After I talked to essentially Professor Toro before he wound up like doing the science experiment he did, the game leaves it alone after that. The game just sort of leaves it alone. It doesn't do anything else with it. It doesn't, we don't ever tell Arvin anything that happened. The game just leaves us on that. Because the game's too afraid to really do anything with that. Because it's gotta like handle it with baby hands. Like, yeah. Indigo ruined it. What does Terapagos do? Exactly. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. Oh, we're still training in here. I'm pretty sure the route goes further, but I want to fight more Pokemon in this grass area. I hate that it just keeps becoming Skorupi, though. Like, come on, they can't give us a better Pokemon? Whatever. It really is. At least in Dragon Ball Classic, the strongest person around was Piccolo. There was clear limits on how strong mortals can get at that point in time. In Dragon Ball, it wasn't even about a matter of how strong you were. Like, yeah, being strong was important, but there were so many different tactics or like gimmicks in fights that made it like various levels of interesting. For example, Krillin fought a dude where the dude's whole deal wasn't that he was super strong, is that he stunk. He just stunk. Yeah, he stunk. But there's a gag where because Krillin doesn't have a nose, or at least Toriyama didn't draw a nose onto Krillin, this means that essentially Krillin can bypass the stink guy, and thus he's able to beat him in the fight. There's a cause and effect as to these events that are happening. Or like Yamcha's fight against the Invisible Man. When Yamcha fought the Invisible Man, it wasn't a matter of power. It was a matter of Yamcha can't fucking see the guy he's fighting. So they needed a way to beat him. Well, the plan was simple. Make Bulma reveal her breast in front of Master Roshi. Master Roshi will spit blood out of his nose. The resulting blood will cover over the Invisible Man. Thus Yamcha can track him, and thus he can beat him with the Wolf Fang Fist. A very simple concept. It had nothing to do with who's stronger. It had nothing to do with power levels or power scaling. It had everything to do with resource and strategy. Or like when fucking Upa and Puar had to work together in order to fight off against this like demon dude. Well, the demon dude's a demon. What's the one thing that can beat a demon is like Christianity, like the Christ stuff, right? Well, the plan was simple. Okay, we're gonna have Upa shape himself like a cross, and Puar's gonna make the transformation. This will scare the demon off, and thus win the fight. Puar and the kid, Puar and Upa are as weak as shit, but their strategy allows them to win the battle. Like Dragon Ball, strength was important, but it didn't make the whole goddamn fight. And in Dragon Ball Z, they still at least tried this. For example, in Dragon Ball Z's fight, the famous one, Goku versus Vegeta, the first one. Vegeta can realistically beat Goku. He's stronger than Goku at this point. But Goku learned techniques. Goku learned a couple of techniques, whereas Vegeta just sort of been strong-arming everything up to this point. So he doesn't have any real tactics. Vegeta just sort of, you know, beats people based on raw power. And if that doesn't work, then he'll, like, shoot the moon at the sky. And thus, he'll become Big Ape. Big Ape equals strong power. Strong power means big bad. No real thought behind it. Just, you know, I'm better. Goku, on the other hand, has tricks up his sleeve. He has a move that can make him several times stronger, but it comes at the detriment of him hurting his own body. So what he does is simple. Crank it up to 4 times his level. This obviously hurts him, but it allows him to win the struggle. When Vegeta gets frustrated and comes back though, the difference becomes, okay, I can use this other move. This move doesn't necessarily rely on just my strength alone. This move also requires the energy of every living being on the planet. Combine all of that, and you have essentially a super move that can hurt Vegeta a lot. But there's a catch. It takes time. So Goku uses a solar flare, gathers up energy for it, gives that energy to Krillin because Goku's body's too injured. Krillin then essentially throws the bomb. Vegeta dodges the bomb, Gohan deflects the bomb, Vegeta gets hit by the deflection. Everybody's used. It's not a matter of who the fuck's stronger. Gohan, Goku, and Krillin collectively are weaker than Vegeta because Vegeta's stronger than them. But their teamwork allows them to win out that fight simply because everybody has a role in the fight. It's not a matter of who the fuck's stronger, it's the teamwork that comes with it. Yajirobe's weak as shit, but because he's so weak, Vegeta doesn't know that he's coming, and thus he's able to cut Vegeta's tail off, reverting him back to his normal form. Like, everybody's used. Everybody works together. Nobody feels excluded, and everybody's making a creative way. In Planet Namek, Goku fought Frieza. Frieza's stronger than Goku, but there's one element that changes the fight. Frieza can't sense energy. Goku learns this. Goku uses this. Goku goes in the water, creates 2 energy bombs. One catches Frieza's attention. The other one catches Frieza's attention while Goku moves. The third hit is Goku hitting Frieza and getting the pop shot off on him. It's strategy. It's not just, fuck it, I'm stronger. I can fucking solo the universe. No, it's the character is resourceful enough to knock out the opponent. Cell is stronger than everyone. Trunks is essentially an idiot-ass kid that only had exposure to the immediate fights that he was in with the androids, but he didn't even have the wherewithal to study most of those fights outside of what Gohan has trained him up to do. So Gohan essentially teaches him that, like, you gotta get stronger, but because they're both kids, they didn't learn the stuff that Goku and the others learned because they're martial artists. So Goku ends up realizing that there is a form stronger than Super Saiyan Grade 2, but it's too strong. Trunks realizes this, but unlike Goku and Vegeta by that matter, they don't use the form because it's too strong, but it slows the energy and the speed down. When Trunks fights off against Cell, he is stronger than Cell, but Cell quickly realizes that Trunks made a mistake. He outruns Trunks. Trunks can't keep up with him in the fight. He's useless in the fight because of this, and thus he loses because he foolishly thought that getting stronger would work out. Dragon Ball's been doing strategy for a while, so it pisses me off when, like, the entire fan base thinks that Dragon Ball is relying on just power scaling is everything. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, no, that's not the case. Power scaling makes a small fraction of the entirety of the series. But unfortunately, everybody's so fucking dumbfounded on this shit that it's created an entire discourse on fucking Twitter on, oh, who's stronger? Like, that can decide a whole fight. Hell, for as much as I don't like Super, even they took steps to try to fix that shit. I guess I'll fight them. Like when Goku fought off against Kale and Khalifa in his normal state, while Kale and Khalifa went when they're Super Saiyan 4. Champa asked, oh, how come Goku is fighting them? Oh shit, I gotta run. Oh, how come Goku's at base form and he's able to fight off against those 2 Super Saiyans? Well, because it's got much... Oh, I have a bunch of dark Pokemon. This is actually a bad matchup for me. This is a bad matchup for me. Fuck. I'm gonna have to... I'm gonna have to be creative here. Fuck. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah, this sucks. I dug my own grave. Fuck, I dug my own grave. I dug my own grave. Fuck, that Floette's gonna fuck me up. That Floette is gonna fuck me up. Oh my goodness. Shit. Yeah, that Floette ruined me. That Floette ruined my entire... Yeah, that Floette ruined my game. shit. Yeah, that Floette ruined my whole game, bro. Yeah, I don't have a Pokemon that can switch in that's gonna help me. All I really have is Drifblimp here. Ah, shit. I ruined myself. Yeah, this ain't good. This is not good. I kind of screwed myself. Bugs don't affect Fairy. I don't know why I clicked that button. Well, they don't do as much damage to Fairies. I fucked myself. Yep. This is bad. Okay, alright. Oh, grassy terrain. Okay. This is really bad. Yeah, this, ugh. Yeah, nah, we fucked up. We fucked up hard. No. No, we gotta get Drifblimp out of here. I'm gonna switch to Greninja. I mean, that's the only Pokemon I got that can realistically handle the situation right here. And then I guess I'll use Psybeam on Floette because that's all I got. This is bad. I unfortunately made a team that can't realistically win this fight. I forgot that one Fairy Pokemon can pretty much change the course of this fight. And I didn't think of any contingencies for a Fairy type. Yeah, that one's on me. Okay, we're going Smackdown, and then I guess we got no choice but to use Draining Kiss. I don't really have that many options. Yeah, that didn't do shit. I think I'm okay, but it wasn't exactly the most graceful victory, alright? I'm excited for Sparking Zero. I like the way the trailers have been so far. My one problem is literally gonna be how they handle super moves. Yeah, that's what's gonna make or break it for me. If they handle super moves like they do in Dragon Ball Raging Blast 1 and 2, then we're good. It's a good game. If they handle super moves how they handle them in Tenkaichi 3, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. That one action will fuck it all up. Yeah, that one move will break it. Wait a minute. Why can't Vivillon learn Dazzling Gleam? Vivillon can learn Dazzling Gleam in Scarlet and Violet. Why can't he learn it here? What the fuck? That's stupid. That's stupid. Whatever. I'm going back to the Pokemon Center. Fuck. Never mind. It's gonna take too long. Alright, heal my minds. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like power scaling in any anime. Power scaling's trash because it erases creativity and imagination, and it also erases any potential that other characters could have. Let's just show Black Clover, right? Where they're fighting off against this elf, and this elf is strong as shit. Like, his muscle power is insane. He put all of his magical energy into his muscle power. So this dude is so strong that essentially if he punches you, you're dead. If he punches you, you're dead. Right? Like, that's how strong this dude is. Now, Asta obviously can't fight this dude. He outscales him. However, there's 2 other members in the Black Bulls who have very unique abilities. They're not super strong at all. They're about average. They have about average amount of magic energy. But one magician or one mage has the ability to make these threads. And these threads can connect to your body and move your body. The other mage has the ability to create warp holes that can transfer you anywhere in that genuine vicinity. So, what happens if you combine the ability to move somebody with the ability of instantaneous teleportation? Well, combine that with Asta's strength. Now you have a strategy. It's not, oh, Asta's stronger. He can fucking one-shot this guy. No, it's not about that at all. It's this guy combined with these 2 other people together can work together to beat the opponent. That's how you measure that. It's not about who's stronger. It's about using every character and every skill to your advantage. That's how you write a fight. Be creative with it. Be imaginative. Be unique. I mean, look at Master Roshi. He knew the Kamehameha, the Thunder Move, Lightning Surprise, Mofuba, some of the best key control, imitates the fighting styles of other fighters and decades of experience. And you start to see Dragon Ball's downfall of this during the Buu saga, when essentially the show picks apart anybody who can't turn their fucking hair yellow, and every step is to make a character increasingly stronger until they're basically, oh, this character has enough to blow away Majin Buu, when it's not about that. And Vegeta says stupid shit like, we don't use teamwork to fight, then crushes the Potara earring. And then by the time we get to the end of the fight, Vegeta's like, okay, here's the plan. Goku or Kakarot, you do the Spirit Bomb. You set it up. Vegeta buys time. Majin Buu buys time. Mr. Satan tells the people to gather the power so that Majin Buu can do the Spirit Bomb. Vegeta initiates the plan. Goku initiates the action. Buu does the distraction, and Mr. Satan gives the power. Everybody has a role here. So don't say shit like, oh, we don't use teamwork, it's a one-on-one fight. That's bullshit. And I hate the fact that Whis always goes, oh, I wish you two would learn how to work together. Motherfucker, they've been known how to work together. What are you talking about? They do. But you're insisting that they fucking don't because you need them to sell more fucking toys. They do know how to work together. Oh, what the fuck do y'all want? Hi, I'm calling you for absolutely no reason. According to Professor Sycamore, Evolution Research, all the Pokemon's hidden energy at once. The Pokemon inhibits energy. I know what Mega Evolution does. Y'all told me 4 times. You called me to tell me that? You stopped me from where I was going to tell me that? Oh shit, that just reminded me of something. I need to go to Cormorant City. Alright, let's go! This plays no plot in the role, by the way. No role in the plot, by the way. Oh yeah, I know. I've played this game before. I gotta go get my my gotchas. I gotta do my dailies. Oh wow, it's almost been 2 hours already? God damn. Are you serious? Have I seriously been ranting for like hour and 47 minutes? Shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. Has it really? It's really been an hour and 40. What the fuck? God damn. God damn. All right, let's do it. It makes the target lose the ability to concentrate and lowers the target's special attack. Sounds like Confide? Yeah, that's Confide. That's Confide. Sweet. Sweet, I have Confide now. Ooh, that'd actually be a pretty useful move in this particular case. Olympia uses Psychic-type Pokemon. They primarily use special attacks. So if we can use Confide, this might work. Time flies when you spitting facts. Everybody can use Confide. That's crazy. I'm having Liepard use it. Liepard's fast. That speed works in our advantage. We don't need Fake Out. It's useless in a single battle. Fake Out just buys you a little bit of time. Yeah, that you know what? Confide actually is a really good move to have in this particular gym fight. Now, I want to say one thing, though, because regardless of all the complaining I've done, especially on this game, unfortunately, honestly, after Nuzlocking this game and knowing a bit more than I do now and utilizing some of its resources, weirdly, I actually do appreciate this game a lot more. With the gameplay mechanics, not the story. The story is about as plain as fucking white bread. But as far as the gameplay, like what I just did, every day, or at least every week, I go over to this woman and I take the quiz so I can get a new move. And my reward is that I get a new TM. Or you see how every part I do, I head over to the garden and plant some berries and get more berries that I've been using pretty much through the whole game. I've come to appreciate the little things, so it shows that Pokemon in and of itself still has the spirit to do some shit when it needs to. They just gotta be more consistent about it, and the best way to do that is to not make a new fucking game every year. I realistically think we can go 4 years without a Pokemon game and we'll be alright. Yeah, Sword and Shield almost solved this by just making a bunch of tournaments. Yeah, just make more tournaments. Who gives a shit? And add in a little bit of DLC if you want to add some content. But outside of that, you realistically don't need to make a new fucking Pokemon game every year or every year and a half or every 3 years. Give it about 4 years give it about like 2 years and then we get an announcement. And then by the 5th year, we get the new game. Because I'm gonna be real with you, like, we don't. Like, I think it would be fine. I wouldn't lose sleep over it. My Pokemon are getting very strong. Let's go! Move! Ah, I thought that was over here. I'm gonna train in the grass for a little bit. We need to train in this grass. It's mostly just damn Liepard. Technically, my Liepard could beat that Liepard, but I don't wanna. Oh, well, fuck it. Why not? We're here. We're not. We won't lose sleep over it. Yeah, my Liepard's stronger than that Liepard. It's okay. Cat fight! Ow. Cat fight! Nice. Holy shit. Oh. Ooh, that was kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. Thief. Got him. Yeah, the problem with Liepard is that Liepard's defense sucks. Liepard has ass defense. Ass! I learned that shit the hard way. I caught a fucking Purloin in black and white. This was when I first played black and white. Thinking, oh, a cat Pokemon would be kind of cool. I don't carry a lot of cat Pokemon. I was like, I wonder how this will be. Man, I had Purloin, evolved it into Liepard. This thing fought like doo-doo. This thing was doo-doo. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this shit? Oh, it's John. That John. Nope, no one's died yet. I love that's how he enters the chat. Hey, Tyrone. Did anyone die? No? Good. Imagine greeting somebody like that. Hey, what's up, Phil? What's up, Joe? Anybody in your family dead yet? What? What? Why would you ask me? Why the fuck would you ask me that shit? I would just ask. You know, I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, that'd be crazy. Yeah, Liepard's defense is ass. Ass! Fucking ass! Ass! I could realistically. I'm faster. I just don't want to take the risk that I'll get hit. Okay, cool. Yeah, but no, Liepard's defense is awful. I learned that shit the hard way in Black and White. I evolved my Purloin to Liepard thinking, oh shit, this is gonna be dope. Having a leopard Pokemon, design-wise, it even looked kind of cool, especially in the sprite. But then I used it, and that thing died almost all the time. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you keep dying? I'm gonna fight this. No, she's a fairy girl. Fuck. I don't have any Pokemon to fight her ass. Zachary's the only Pokemon that realistically can fight her. The fairy girls are strong as shit because I have a team that's not prepared for it. Oh shit. Is they didn't. Oh shit, that's a problem. It's an electric type Pokemon. Oh no. This is bad. No, this is bad. I'm dead. I'm dead. Ah! Oh. Okay, bye, Denny. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's Aromatisse. Okay. Cool. I'm not as dead as I was before. I'm still dead, just not as dead. I'm using Quiver Dance. Oh shit. We're different genders. Fuck. Well, this sucks. No. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, don't be a simp, Vivillon. Ignore the hoes. Don't listen to these hoes. Fuck these hoes. Yeah. We got a loyal Vivillon, baby. Fuck these hoes. That did more damage than it realistically should. Yeah, fuck these hoes! Fuck these hoes! Fuck these hoes! Let's go, Zachary! Zachary stays loyal, baby! Zachary stays loyal! Zachary knows what the loyalty lies! Fuck yes! Zachary's a Sigma! Back! Yo! Zachary stays loyal! Zachary's like, I ain't falling for these hoes! Yeah! Yeah! Zachary said, fuck these hoes! Oh, and Lady Luck wants to learn Night Slash. Perfect. Perfect. I'm thinking. I want to get rid of regular Slash, but I didn't want a situation where I can only use... Yeah, let's get rid of Thief. Thief was literally just here to do same type attack bonus. Plus, NPCs rarely carry items. I want a situation where I can use both Slash and Night Slash. Because if a Pokemon's resistant to Dark type moves, for example, that means I have to use regular Slash by default. Yeah, let's go. Somebody clip the fucking Vivillon not being attracted, by the way. Zachary got attracted and said, fuck the hoes! Boom, I don't know if you guys know what I'm doing. It's a reference to like those edits. You see those edits where like they say a Sigma male ignores like female attraction and attention and focuses on the bag instead, and then it shows them like adjusting the tie and walking with the slow-mo camera thing. That's essentially what Vivillon was doing. Vivillon said attract. The only thing I'm attracted to is the bag. The back, the beautiful backpack. Whenever I start a Pokemon game, my biggest decision is always which water Pokemon do I use. I wanted a Plague Doctor for Spritzy. I mean, that's kind of what they did to a very weird lesser degree. Water counts as medicine for some reason. No, I can't explain that. I'm just saying, congratulations to Zachary for staying on the bag, bro. Zachary's on the bag. Zachary don't give a fuck about these hoes, man. Fuck these hoes, bro. Zachary said fuck these hoes. Zachary said fuck you mean attract. I'm attracted to the bank. Also, why is Silly Drift not gaining any levels for real? Let's try to see if we can fix that. Yeah, Zachary was attracted to the W, that's all. Used Psybeam 3 times. Didn't give a fuck. Didn't give a damn. Didn't give a... Man, they said fuck your attract move. Get your attract move the fuck up out of here, bro. I ain't attracted to shit except winning. Don't get distracted by the hoes. Duosion, I completely forgot you were in this game. Even though I did see Solissus. Wow. That was insane. Okay, whoa. Oh shit, that's right, this is an optional area. I completely forgot about the Lost Hotel. It never comes up. I guess we're going down here then. Only W's are allowed in his sheets. Let's get it. There's only one woman that Zachary's in love with, and it's the dub. Some Pokemon species require more experience than others because they are fully evolved or they're rare species in most. Yeah, that's true. But the experience point layout is different. They do be different. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's like an old hotel that's run down and these punkers decide to make it their hideout. That's like the whole plot to this. Well, I'm not doing this because it might know Sucker Punch, so... Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, fuck all that. Hey, that hurts. Can you not? Can you not? Thank you. I'll take all that health back. Crunch again. This might do critical damage. Or lower my defense. Hey, it did critical damage, like I said it would do. Give me all that health back. I need that. Hey, yo, give me that! Bye. Get out of here. Oh shit, Sharpedo's in this game. Huh. I'll be darned. None of y'all can fight Sharpedo properly, except for Vivillon here. Ooh, Aqua Jetto. Ow. Huh. That was unexpected. Oh yeah, that's right, Sharpedo is part dark. Huh. Well, I'll be darned. Well, shit. Hey, it's Ponyer. Okay, I know what to switch out for you. Alright. I kind of want that now. That thing I was just talking about with you guys. The camera effect with the, like, the special effect in the waves and shit. I want that to be a feature. I want it to be I would love for that to be a points feature. I gotta figure out how to do it. Just imagine Tyrone and Gen 10 will have full voice acting in 2026. And everybody will go, this is the best Pokemon game ever. And I'm like, bro, RPGs have been doing that shit. What are you so impressed for? Because we're Pokemon fans and the bare minimum is the only requirement. Oh wait, this is a new area so I can catch a new Pokemon. This way I can get Klefki. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it though. I got the keys to the Gramercy Park. Right? Oh wait, what? Wow. Good job.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
I believe Klefki belongs in a luxury ball. I can subscribe to that idea. It's keys. Okay, apparently Klefki doesn't subscribe to that idea. There's a problem, there's a problem, there's a problem, there's a problem, there's a... Oh shit. God damn it! Alright, get in the damn Pokeball. Don't... You know what? I'm not taking any chances with you. You an asshole, so I'm gonna just go ahead and use an Ultra Ball. I'm not playing games with you. Jesus! Oh my god. We got jangling keys, baby. I've run out of female content creators that I've worked with in the past in order to name this thing. Hell, for fuck's sake, I named 2 Pokemon Nessa. Oh, there is a friend I have, though. That is friends with Nessa. I'm gonna call her Jackie's. It's a pun. Jackie's. It's Jackie. Her name's Jackie, but it's Jackie's. It's a pun. It's a play on words. Alright, time to bust out some TG3 farms. I've been playing around with this for a little too long. I can't even remember what the Pokemon we lost was. Hippopotas, Sandra. We lost Sandra. That's who it was. Fuck. It was Sandra. Rest in peace, Sandra. Rest in peace, Sandra. Rip in peace. I'm surprised they allow you to ride your bike in here. What's in here? Okay, whatever. Ah, double battle. Well, this is gonna suck. I just realized how one-sided my team is. Oh, no, I gotta get Liepard the fuck out of here. Yeah, nah, I gotta get Liepard the fuck out of here. I'm gonna try to go Quiver Dance on Zachary. And like I said, I gotta get Liepard the fuck out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Poe, and I think that'll do it. I'm gonna try to use the Quiver Dance Psybeam combo. That should be more than enough power. What was that? Oh, it was Body Slam. Vital Throw. Yeah! Ah! doubled up on Pangoro. So whatever Pokemon had been out there, they would have died any fucking way. Except for Drifblim, I guess. Damn! I did all that training for Po too. Fuck! Well, there goes another one. Oh, Drifblim, come on out. The problem is the problem is Pangoro is also a fucking it's also a dark type Pokemon. So I'm not 100% sure this is gonna work. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. I literally trained that thing up so I can fucking son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Ugh, this is so fucking annoying. Just minimize. Good. I'm so angry. Hit yourself. Damn it. Bitch! Bitches! They doubled up on Pangoro. And I was relying on him too. Fuck me. This is bullshit. This is some old bullshit. That's so fucked up. What was Poe's stats? Like, come on, this thing was at level fucking... This thing was at level 43. What were you doing? These stats kind of suck, though. But Jesus Christ! He has a lot of attack power. Man, that crunch would have been so good in the psychic type gym. And it won a little fucking ribbon. Feelings of sadness. Well, now it's really sad. Now it's dead. Oh, let me make sure to take the item off of it. Well. Nothing we can do about it now, I guess. Fuck me. I guess we're moving forward. Son of a fucking bitch. Yo, what the hell was in there? Ah, it's Trubbish. I can't believe Greninja's almost at level fucking 50. That's kind of wild. Not gonna battle? Okay. He wants to battle. What? Dude, kid, what do you think you're wearing? You ain't got no... Oh, yeah, you gotta wear a certain fit in order to go that far. Oh, okay, whatever. Okay, got it. So that's extra shit that I'll probably never do. Oh, shit, there's Litwick. Unfortunately, Klefki was the Pokemon I found in this area, so... You gotta die. I'm mad about the Pangoro thing. At least I can put Raichu back on the team now. So that's good. I'm trying to remember what they even hit Pangoro with that did that much damage. Because I remember one of the moves was Body Slam. I don't remember what the other move was. Sir Viper's Uglass. Vivillon's actually a good matchup against this. Unless this thing randomly knows Smackdown for no reason whatsoever. I'm just gonna use Surf. I'm not even gonna play with the idea. Bye. Nessa's at level 44. And then there goes Charbaka. That doesn't affect me. I'm a special attacker. Take this, Charbaka. Huh. Thought that'd do more damage. Take this, Charbaka. I've killed the Charbaka. Sweet. Alright, we did it. These fights are fucking me up. I can't believe Pangoro died on some bullshit. On some straight up bullshit. Smoke ball, what? I think that allows you to escape any fight. Alright, cool. We're going. There's no more use for this place. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, there's no more use for this place. We're leaving. Alright, we gotta go back to the Pokemon Center. Although, I think we're headed towards the next town this way anyway. Wait, go back. I can't shake the feeling that there's something down here. Pangoro died, so we can't fucking push this. Ah! Let's just go this way then. Wait, what? I hear your future is secured if you join Team Flare. Huh. Oh, no. What do y'all want? How have you been? How's the journey going? Blah, blah, blah. A bunch of bullshit. Oh, shit, we're past time. I completely forgot about that. Oh, Evital is mentioned, by the way. According to material I've read, I saw its overwhelming power. They say that this Pokemon is able to represent the letter Y. Apparently, this Pokemon will absorb energy. Its lifespan is said to be 1,000 years. When it reaches the end of its life, it steals the spirits all over. Holy shit, that's actually kind of fucked up. Wherever do you think a Pokemon that amazing could be now? When Kalos' legendary Pokemon loses all of its vitality, it goes up into a secret space. I don't have a clue where it could be. The writing and mention, it's also around 1,000 years old, so that was on much help. I hate this. This whole sentence is fucked. Hey, check this out, Tyrone. Randomly, I'm about to tell you about a Pokemon that lived in ancient legends that can kill off a bunch of people when it reaches the end of its lifespan so that it can sustain its own life. Where's this Pokemon? Pfft, I don't know, but wouldn't it be weird if you found it? Like, what the fuck? It doesn't make it feel like you're a part of this. It makes it feel like the game went out of its way to make you special for no reason. Can I move? Okay. Alright, I guess I'm going to the Pokemon Center. I'm saving. Because goddamn. Where's the Pokemon Center? I mean, that's lovely and all, but where's the Pokemon Center? Where's the Pokemon Center? I don't think this place has one. Oh, there it is. It's just down here. Oh, I'm having second thoughts about fighting fucking Olympia now. I feel like I'm gonna get fucked up. Pangoro, I did all that training for you since the very beginning, and now I gotta throw your ass away because you got fucking killed in the fight. Well, that tells me I need to train harder, too. level's Lucario at 43. Okay, that's not bad. And then Roseray's at 44. Roseray can't even be used in the ice fight, so we're gonna forget that altogether. Lucario definitely can be used though, and during the next fight. Plus, he can turn Super Saiyan, so you know, there's that. I think I might wind up bringing Salt Queen back too, because Abomasnow and Snover are both grass type Pokemon. So the bug will counter that. So these two are actually useful in the next fight. I am gonna take out Drifblim because it's a flying type and doesn't need to be in that fight. This thing has Prankster, which is actually pretty good. Actually, let me see this thing. Low special defense, it's bad. Okay, we'll make it work. Oh yeah, and then I have Dugtree. I completely forgot about that. Alright, well, I'm gonna do a bit more training, and then next time we come back, this team will more than likely be, like, this team will be more ready to deal with Olympia, because, I don't know, part of me's scared to fight Olympia. That bitch is strong. And the last Nuzlock we did of Pokemon, she wrecked my team. She did most of the damage. Yeah, she did majority of the damage. That bitch is strong. So even this team, I'm not 100% sure they're ready. But that's what we're going to do training for. Alright, well, we'll save it for now. With that being said, make sure you follow Chornik. He does content. I believe he's doing Persona 4 Golden, and he's also doing Genshin Impact stuff, so make sure you follow him. And hopefully he'll join back for next time. And also make sure to keep following me, because tomorrow is Friday. Damn, it feels like Fridays happened 3 times already. Anyway, on Friday, the actual Friday, I will be doing the TG3 Roundtable, finishing up the gym leader tier list. On Saturday, we're going to be doing Scarlet Nexus. And then on Sunday, join Nessa and I as we do Inuyasha, Secret of the Cursed Mask. And then I believe that'll be the last Inuyasha, Secret of the Cursed Mask we do for a while, until Inuyasha, until Nessa comes back, because I believe she's going to be going out of the country again for another travel. But then we'll probably do something in between that time. And then make sure to follow me back on Monday as we get back on Genshin Impact. I know we've taken like a 2-week break on Genshin Impact, but hopefully if nothing goes weird next Monday, Genshin Impact should be on the list of things to do during that day. So, with that done and over with, we're gonna go ahead and raid somebody.